Let's head back to Edgecombe now, because the bad weather is more bad weather is on the way, with Cyclone Cook making its way to New Zealand in time for Easter. Unfortunately, it does look like it's targeting many of the areas that have had such heavy rain in the past week or so. Georgina Griffiths is a Metservice forecaster. She's fantastic at it. I asked her what we can expect over the next few days.
Well, we've got two weather systems that we're going to have to keep a very close eye on. Another Tasman sea low, John, and it's running into another blocking high that's going to make it a really slow-moving rain band again. And those areas that are going to get the wettest are those north-facing areas of both islands, previously been wet. So it's going to target the same already soggy areas.
So are we talking Bay of Plenty?
Yeah, in the most... the area that's probably going to get most hammered in the coming few days from that Tasman sea low, Bay of Plenty, maybe up to 200 millimetres in 48 hours towards the end of the week from a Tasman sea low. But of course, anywhere in the upper north of both islands is going to be wet.
So this is an echo almost of what we've just had.
Yeah, repeat pattern. This must be the fourth or fifth we've had in 5 weeks. So, you know, Mother Nature is not playing nice, John. She's just going, let's have lows in the Tasman. Let's really get bursts of heavy rain into those upper North Island and the north of the South Island. So it's repeat pattern all over again.
Which suggests that something is changing, right? Because people were describing the Edgecombe flooding as 1 in 500 year events, and here we are having something similar to it a week or two later.
I mean, the atmosphere, the weather maps do get into sort of cycles like this to do with the jet stream or what's happening over the Southern Ocean. This one's been, you know, quite long-winded. All of March was very wet for a lot of the North Island and upper south, and we've already in April had downpour and heavy bursts of heavy rain in the areas that least need it. Looking forward though, I mean, the big concern for Bay of Plenty towards the end of the week is Tropical Cyclone Cook and what happens with that. And at this stage it is going to go close to East Cape, and it is going to probably target that north and east North Island, so places like the Bay of Plenty, potentially Gisborne. Really looks like it's heading towards the Bay of Plenty, the current guidance though, John.
With heavy rain.
Yes, and so Metservice will inherit Tropical Cyclone Cook from Fiji Metservice around midnight Tuesday or in the early hours of Wednesday morning. And that's when the expert tropical meteorologists are going to really earn their money. They'll start looking at track, timing and where the worst of the rain will be, and obviously Metservice is the alerting authority for this tropical cyclone. There's a lot of misinformation out there right now, John, so I think we need to say check in with Metservice on Wednesday morning, find out what we're saying for the Bay of Plenty in particular, but also for North and Coromandel and also Gisborne Hawke's Bay. How far is that rain expected to come south? How heavy will it be? What are our severe weather warnings and watches in place? Okay,
so the severe weather warnings will become meaningful Wednesday, Thursday?
So we've already got a watch and play.
Yep.
Places like Westland, Buller and Northwest Nelson for rain from the Tasman low for tomorrow.
So that's the South Islands?
Yes, and then we've got Taranaki and Bay of Plenty already on watch for a mixture of both, two systems.
So the weather
Tasman
is, so it's hitting Taranaki and, okay.
So these are rain to near or approaching or likely to exceed warning criteria. But the rest of the upper North Island, most of us are going to have a drink. We're going to see rain this week again. You know, how wet's it been for the upper North Island, John? You know, we've had rain on the back of rain, have 3 months worth of rainfall in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
And my recollection isn't great, but my sense is that autumn isn't typically that wet here, is it?
Autumn's a little bit bipolar. It can go two ways.
Okay.
So we have these nice, long, settled autumns where, you know, the leaves are beautiful and we all get outside and enjoy those chilly mornings but lovely afternoons. And then you get the feral ones like the one we're having in 2017.
Is this climate change? I know that's not your department because your business is what... Yeah, exactly, what's happening this week. But are we going to see more of this as a result of climate change?
Well, certainly, you know, the people... let's talk about Auckland and those downpours, okay? How humid was it on that Sunday before Newland, you know, the New North Road area?
Mad.
Really humid. It felt like we were in a sauna. Everyone's hair was sticking on end and just felt like we were in Fiji. In a warmer world, you know, assuming the climate change thing would get warmer, you can also squeeze that moisture out more. Okay, so when you've got humidity and you do have a lower front or a thunderstorm to squeeze it, you can get those high intensity rainfalls. That is the way what climate change looks like. It certainly reeks of climate change. And concerningly, you know, we've had 3 in a week early in March. We've got another heavy rain event probably potential burst of downpour again for the Upper North Island. You know, Mother Nature is not playing nicely for the Upper North, in particular the Bay of Plenty. So it does have that flavour, doesn't it?
It sure does. And worryingly, what we're seeing now is just rain on rain on rain. So the ground is still sodden. People aren't back in their homes yet. There's still flood damage to be cleaned up, and we may be getting more.
Yes, so the fact is we actually won't need as much rain as we normally would to flood in anywhere in the Upper North, and that's the bottom line. We're going into a winter, which is the North Island's wettest season, not well placed, because we're already super saturated for most of the Upper North, and of course the Bay of Plenty particularly so, and looking at some really large rainfall accumulations to come by the end of the week. So the bottom line for people in the North Island, also the north of the south, is to keep up with the Metservice information. We're on social media, of course. We do a lot of interview like this to try and get the message out and really check in around Tropical Cyclone Cook and what she's expected to do, because it does matter. And, you know, there's a lot of online or social misinformation floating around. You know, let's leave it to the people, the experts in New Zealand who do this every day, not the uninformed commentator, eh? Alrighty.
That's Georgina Griffiths from the Metservice.